Wait, is this thing on? Oh, it's on? Oh, okay. Hey guys. It's me, Rarest here, and today I'll be doing a top 5 on the rarest skins in all of Apex. Now this is my personal opinion on my experiences with these skins. This top 5, it's not in any particular order, and I think that's all I have to say. And before I actually start with the top 5, I actually want to mention a little honorable mention. The Winter's Grasp crypto recolor that just came out like about a couple of days ago. Now the thing with this skin is that, yes, even though it did just come out, the thing about it is that it came out right before the Summer for Plunder sale that just came out yesterday, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you could tell when the skin was in the shop. It wasn't out for a week. It was out in the shop for like 3 to 4 days, which meant that not that many people would be able to get the skin than you'd expect. So I do expect this skin to get pretty rare in the future, but since it just came out, I do expect a lot of people to get to have this skin and just flexing it and all that. And I actually personally do have this skin, so let's just it's kind of biased here, but I do believe that this skin could become rare. So just keep that in mind, okay? And I do also want to say that thank you all for all the massive support on the channel as of recent. My latest video where I bashed the Airship Assassin with the Voidwalker skin for Rafe. Yeah, that got a lot of dislikes, but also a lot of views. So thank you guys for that. And let's get on with the top 10. So the first skin that is going to be on the number 5 spot, in my opinion, is the Airship Assassin skin for Rafe. Now, it's kind of obvious why this skin is in this list, because this skin actually came out in the beginning of Apex Legends. I think this skin came out like on February 6th, or like at least a couple of days after the game launched. And of course, not that many people would be able to get the Void Specialist skin in order to get the recolor. And only a few select people actually got this skin, because, like, you know, that they would be able to spend money on the game that early on in its lifespan. Like, the thing about it is that not that many people got this skin was because since the game was still relatively new, they wanted to be sure that spending money on this game would be worth it, and that the game would make them happy in the long run. So it was kind of a poor decision to introduce recolors at the beginning of the launch of their game, but hey, I'm not at Respawn, so I'm not complaining. But overall, this skin is really good. I still do believe that Voidwalker is better. But if you want to dislike this video again, that would be very appreciated. That kind of sounded a bit weird. And yeah, again, that skin, it's really good, and it's still pretty rare. I don't expect Respawn to ever bring it back, but that's just how it is. Okay, so for the second rarest skin in all of Apex, in my opinion, is it's actually a skin for Watson. I don't actually know the name. Oh no, wait, actually, it's called Bionic Wonder. Now, Bionic Wonder, the thing about is that this skin, this skin it's ugly. It is very ugly. Like the yellow and the blue, yeah, it does make it pretty interesting, but the white mask, it just makes it look ugly as hell, man. That is ugly right there. Yeah, and not to mention that this skin actually came out shortly when Season 2 was released, and that's when Watson was released, so not that many people were able to get their hands on the skin required for this recolor. But even for the people who did actually have the skin to get this recolor, I'm pretty sure not that many people actually got this skin because of how ugly this recolor looks. But even then, if people were to get this recolor, they're probably not going to wear it because, again, it's so ugly. Yeah, so that's the reason why the skin is so rare. And again, I don't think that they're gonna be rare. And I'm pretty sure Respawn has basically forgotten about that skin. In fact, this skin is not talked about that much because it's so ugly. But actually, recheck my previous statement. I actually do think the Respawn could bring it back because it was so ugly, and they just want to give it a second chance. Okay, so for the third rarest skin, I actually have a oh yeah, what was it again? Oh yeah, center stage for Mirage. Now a lot of these rare recolors from Mirage on these top 10s or top 8 lists is usually pit crew, but I personally think center stage is the rarest skin for Mirage because I don't see this skin often. Like I've never seen this skin in my entire life. Like nobody wears it, and not to mention that this recolor actually came out again, like at a point where it didn't come out in the beginning of the game, but it came out when Apex was literally at its lowest. I think it was like in the end of season 1, maybe. I'm not too sure, but I see pit crew a lot. Well, not a lot anymore, but like I've never seen center stage. And I personally do think that this recolor, it's really good because I like it's got that standard white and red look. I don't know why people don't wear this skin if they have it, but I guess they just don't know how rare it is. And but yeah, I think this skin is really good, and I do hope they do bring it back in the shop because first of all, it wasn't that successful, and it's more rare than pit crew because I've never seen it in my life, and none of my friends have seen it. Not even Kamikaze Kaiser, who's been playing the game since the game was launched. But yeah, that's basically it. So for the 4th rarest skin in Apex, I'm actually gonna have to go with a Lifeline recolor that I actually personally have, but this isn't biased. It's the Rejuvenation skin for Lifeline. Now, this skin you need London Calling, one of the default legendaries, and now I remember getting this skin when it was about, like, in Season 4. Now, this skin was released in Season 4. The reason I put it on this list is because I never see anybody else wear this skin. Like, it's basically non-existent at this point. It's basically non-existent. I've never seen anybody wear this skin. It's basically dropped from the face of the earth. Nobody ever talks about it. Nobody ever, like, acknowledges it. In fact, even on the Apex Legends wiki, they couldn't even bother to, like, put an actual picture of Rejuvenation on the legendary skin list. So you already know that this skin it's pretty rare and it's pretty non-existent at this point, which is in my opinion, like, this skin deserves a lot of recognition. I love the contrast of turquoise and the yellow on her pants and then some blue on the back and stuff. It kind of shows like a neon kind of vibe in a way, but personally, this skin needs to be talked about more. And again, this isn't biased because I actually have the skin. It's just that I never see it and nobody ever talks about it because everybody's only talking about all other legendary skins like Judge Jury. It's like Judge Jury Executioner from the Iron Crown event. And we already know how controversial that collection event was. But enough about that. And for the last rarest legendary skin in all of Apex, in my opinion, has got to be the Trophy Hunter skin for Caustic. Now, this skin is completely white. It's completely white. And in fact, it was actually really hard for me to find this skin. Just kidding. I actually found it on the wiki. But for some reason, people they have never seen this skin in their entire lives. Like, it's basically gone off the face of the earth. And I know a lot of people would say that his other recolor, I think it was Dark Sense, where like he's all covered in black and stuff, would consider that to be his actual rarest skin. But in my opinion, I've actually seen that skin a couple of times, but I've never seen Trophy Hunter ever. And I don't own this skin. And actually, this skin actually came out when like the game was either like in the beginning stage or it was in its lowest point in Season 1. Like a lot of these skins, they came out like in the beginning or at its lowest point, which again was Season 1, because first of all, that had no content, and at that point the game was still fresh, so nobody was really tempted on buying anything from Apex. And again, that this skin, it's personally, like, it's all white and stuff, so I can kind of see why people don't really want to wear it, because it doesn't have that much contrast. But yeah, I don't really personally understand. I guess I just don't understand the rarity of the skin. I don't know. I'm not like Sinestro or something like that from DC. I can't read people's minds. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this top 5 rarest skins in all of Apex. This actually took me quite a while to make because I'm still learning how to use the editing software of Lightworks. I'll leave a link to it down in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. And be sure to comment down what's your favorite skin. And I'll see you guys next time.